Madam Chair and County Management, we are now live and you have the floor.
Thank you very much. We'll now back in open session, the County Board of Commissioners. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Chairwoman Floyd Huggins,
Here.
Vice Chair Fitzpatrick,
Here.
Commissioner Albright,
Here.
Commissioner Colson,
Here.
Commissioner McLaughlin,
Here.
Commissioner Nunley,
Here.
Commissioner Ward,
Here.
Commissioner White,
Here.
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
Here.
Everyone is present.
Okay, thank you. The next item on our agenda is the Sheriff's Office, the jail medical contract. And I believe, Mr. Manager, you want to?
Madam Chair, I had my hand up.
Oh, okay, Commissioner Colson first.
If I could, I'd like to make a statement read into the record. I'll send a copy out to everybody and to staff. So, while I respect the independence of the constitutional authority of the sheriff, that independence comes with a responsibility to engage in a fair and transparent process when selecting vendors, and also to communicate with the governing body, the county commissioners and staff, that by law must approve taxpayer funds. I am very disappointed with the process the sheriff and her team has engaged in, and as a result, she has unnecessarily damaged a long-term relationship in our local community. She has put the commissioners in a position to have no choice but to approve a contract with WellPath for jail medical services. And she has exposed the county and its taxpayers to unnecessary litigation that could have been avoided if she had simply communicated and worked with the county staff to follow a process. Given the limited time and the choice resulting from the sheriff's actions, I believe that approving the contract with WellPath, while it may be necessary and in the best interest of the inmates at this time, I will not make the motion to actually do that. I will support it if someone else makes the motion and seconds it, but want to make it absolutely clear that the disappointment is with the sheriff and how this matter has been handled. Further, and without consulting the county, I understand that the sheriff and her team are removing federal inmates from the jail. She need not continue to make the same mistakes by failure to communicate with county staff, and I would like an update from the sheriff on what she has done and what she intends to do in regards to federal inmates at the jail. And I will make sure everybody gets a copy of that.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Colson. I don't see any other hands. Mr. Manager?
Yes, ma'am. Regarding this agenda item on the agenda tonight, obviously this was on your last agenda as well, and there's been a good amount of time on this that's been taken, even though maybe not in a public setting. But I would like to suggest the board consider the following motion in terms of approving WellPath for a one-year contract. A motion to read such as a motion to approve the jail medical services contract with WellPath for 1 year. This approval is conditioned upon the creation of a staff committee during the year coming up to be made up of the county manager, county attorney, county financial officer, and the chief of the detention services, who will issue an RFP, which is known for a request for proposal on behalf of the county for jail medical services, including consideration of a consortium model. This motion would also direct that the county manager's office bring back a timeline for this process in June. Just the board consider that, unless there's a different motion the board would have in mind.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes, Madam Chairman, I would like to support that motion that and recommend that we consider it.
Okay. Do I have a second? I don't see a hand.
I second.
Okay. It's been moved in second. Are you ready for the question? Madam Clerk?
Yes. Chairwoman Floyd Huggins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Albright,
Yes. Sorry.
Commissioner Colson,
Yes.
Commissioner McLaughlin,
Yes.
Commissioner Nunley,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. If there are no other items, we will move to commissioner comments or reports.
Chairwoman,
Um,
you want the sheriff to respond to any, make any comments or to Commissioner Colson's question?
Yes, yes. Sheriff,
What was
I'm
the
sorry.
question? What was the question?
Scott wanted to know, did you want to respond to Commissioner Colson's comment
About the medical contract?
about
No.
maybe the Fed beds?
I've got federal inmates in the detention center.
I think his question was that you're moving them out, and what are your plans?
I've moved some of them out. Yeah, I have. I need to keep the numbers down in the detention center. Our ADP on this contract is 350. And I'm going to make sure that I stay within that ADP. And I've moved some of the inmates out. I had a conversation with Mr. Burnett to let him know that if it goes below what you guys budgeted it for, he'll be the first one to know.
Okay. So how many have you moved out?
I don't know how many has been moved out. I wasn't prepared to answer this question. I thought it was about the medical contract tonight. So I don't have an idea right now. I can let you guys know at a later time.
Okay. Please do. Commissioner Nunley, you have your hand up?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Attorney, what is our required contractual obligation regarding the Fed bed count at the detention center currently?
So right now, we have a contract with the U.S. Marshal Service that has us to make available up to 55 beds for federal inmates. We currently budget in the county budget approximately 35 beds for federal inmates from a revenue perspective.
Okay.
The contract can be, there is great leeway within that contract to modify it or terminate it within the language of the contract, if that's the sheriff's desire.
Okay, thank you.
If there are no other questions, comments?
Madam Attorney, I just want to ask, if we go below the 55 inmates, is that a breach of the contract? Just to be sure I'm clear in my understanding.
I would say no, it is not a breach so long as the U.S. Marshal Service is in agreement with the numbers that are being accepted by the jail.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay. Now, Commissioner Perkins Williams, are you moving to adjourn?
I sure am. It's already 10 o'clock. Madam Chair, if I may, and I don't mean to interrupt
Okay.
any commissioner, especially, I didn't know if the board wanted to consider the content of closed session minutes before you.
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay. Commissioner White,
I make a motion to approve the closed session minutes from May 3rd, 6th, and 11th of this year.
okay.
I second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve closed session minutes for May 3rd, 6th, and 11. Are you ready for the question? Can we combine the
Yes, ma'am.
minutes and the closing for a roll call?
I'm sorry, combine your motion to adjourn with your closed session minutes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I'd prefer that you not.
All
If you'll just
right.
do one roll call on your closed session minutes, you'll finish that motion and then you'll make your motion to adjourn.
Okay, I tried.
Okay, this is the motion for the closed session minutes.
Yes,
Chairwoman-
yes.
Chairwoman- All right, Vice Chair Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Albright,
Yes.
Commissioner Colson,
Yes.
Commissioner McLaughlin,
Yes.
Commissioner Nunley,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yeah.
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
Yes.
Motion
All right.
passes unanimously.
Now we will have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and second that we adjourn. Are you ready for the question, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Chairwoman Floyd Huggins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Albright,
Yes.
Commissioner Colson,
Yes.
Commissioner McLaughlin,
Yes.
Commissioner Nunley,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yeah.
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
I'd be glad when we go back to in person. Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Me too.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you all.
Thank
Bye.
you.